See, like I used to do viewer games every single day, doing the same thing. I had a queue in my chat. Basically the queue would just like hold your place, and I would just run through the queue, invite people who were in the front of it, and just they would just be able to rejoin right after and stuff like that. So 100% know what you mean. That's actually really cool. I kind of brought me back a little bit to when I used to do stuff like that. Because
Yeah, I try to do.
what is up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the conversation, and I hope to see you guys here next time. What is it? Some letters, Stunna, I believe is your name.
Yeah,
What's your
KMG.
gamer tag? KMG Stunner.
KMG X Stunna.
Okay, cool. So we're here with Stunna today, and we're gonna be talking about podcast. Or forget that. I'll edit that later out. We're going to be talking about Warzone, and we're going to be talking about just streaming just in general. So just to start off, I just wanted to ask a little bit about yourself. So how'd you initially get into streaming? So I know you said you like used to stream and then didn't stream. And so what was really the process behind that?
Well, I mean the fact that I like playing video games, that's what most of my free time consists of. I play a lot of video games. When I was in school, I played a lot of sports when I was in school. So when I got home, I would go ahead, jump on Call of Duty with a few of my buddies from school when I played football with them, and we would just go ahead and start getting wins and stuff. And then I started streaming based off that.
Okay, cool. What's up, Sal? How we doing today? So how did you really get into content creation? Like, what platforms are you on, and how are you trying to promote your stream?
So I originally started out on Twitch. That was back in 2015. That's when I started like streaming on and off, kind of just screwing around with it. And I want to say about 2018, 2019, I started taking it serious. I used to actually stream through my Xbox on the Twitch app on there. So
Okay.
stream the quality and stuff wasn't the best. I recently built a computer last year in January. So I have like a whole computer set up and everything going now. I make videos at least once a month for YouTube just to get YouTube started. And I also got a Instagram, Twitter, and I recently started up a TikTok, and I post stuff on my Snapchat as well.
Cool. So you're actually doing a lot. You're on all the different platforms and stuff like that, which is definitely important. You know, it's like I see a lot of people who kind of like are on platforms and they're not really doing a lot with it and stuff like that. So it's good you're really getting in there. What's up, Beast? What's up, Austin? How we doing today, guys? How we doing? Do you think so like I don't know if this is a little bit too personal. You can just let me know. So what do you actually do for like your full-time job and stuff like that, like just to give context for other people who want to get into streaming and stuff like that?
So I kind of jumped between jobs. When I was 16, I started working at Dairy Queen. So I
Hmm.
was going and making ice cream and making burgers and stuff for people. And I'm going to say about 2019, it was around September of 2019, I applied for an entertainment service company called Comcast. They did internet, TV, and phone installations, and that's what I did for a little bit. Once COVID hit, they went ahead and got rid of me and all of our new hires because they said we weren't meeting metrics, even though we had the highest metrics in my whole district.
Yeah, I mean it's just COVID.
Yeah, and so after that, I was kind of out of a job for 2 months, so I kind of focused on streaming for a bit after that, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna say it was July 11th of last year. I applied for a grocery chain down here in the South. It's called Publix, and I've been there ever since. I work in the deli department at my store, and
Cool.
I'm
So
working to get up to management as soon as I can.
yeah, of course. So what do you want to like streaming to take you really? Like you're trying to make this a full-time job, I think you said, and kind of just do this for a living?
Yeah, if I can make it a full time, then that's awesome. Mainly right now, I'm just going ahead and doing it just for fun. I find people to play with. A lot of my Whenever I do have viewers in my stream, I'll go ahead and try getting them into some games with me, let them run around. We'll go ahead and play like Ground War on Call of Duty, or find like if I'm playing a different game at the time, I'll play with them, get them in the game, let them run a few games with me. If I get to where we need more people are wanting to join, then I'll set up a queue and have a queue for people to go ahead and jump in my games with me.
Cool. That's actually like I used to do viewer games every single day doing the same thing. I had a queue in my chat. Basically the queue would just like hold your place and I would just run through the queue, invite people who were in the front of it, and just they would just be able to rejoin right after and stuff like that. So 100% know what you mean. That's actually really cool. I kind of brought me back a little bit to when I used to do stuff like that because
Yeah, I try to do that, but with how many viewers, I don't get a lot of viewers. So with me trying to do that, normally it's just like whoever gets into chat at the time, they get to jump in. So if I have a full team, then I'll go ahead and like say a seventh person jumps in, they say they want to play, then I'll rotate out people at that point.
yeah, okay, makes sense. What's up, Kygo? What's up, Mason? David, how we doing, guys? I remember the queue. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. So since you're mainly playing Warzone, right? What do you think about the C58 right now?
I mean, it's the nerf on it wasn't that, it doesn't feel like it was that big of a nerf.
Well, so they didn't really nerf it. They nerfed the 4x on the gun,
Yeah.
so they didn't really nerf like the gun itself. So the 3x on is still disgusting.
Even with the 4x being nerfed, it kind of didn't really do much. Because I mean, the 4x is still one of the best sights you can put on the assault rifles right now, or basically any gun at that point. And then you got the actual.
Really? So are you using the 4x over the 3x on most of your guns?
It kind of depends what game mode I'm playing. So if I'm playing just normal battle royale, I'll probably run the 4x. But if I'm doing rebirth, I'm gonna 100% go with the 3x.
Okay. So what do you also play more? Do you play more rebirth or just regular Verdansk?
More rebirth for sure. It's just that more fast pace, sort of like how Call of Duty should be played, in my opinion. That fast paced game mode. That's what I like about rebirth. It's more fast paced than it is people hiding in buildings and waiting for the littlest sound to go ahead and run up on someone.
Yeah. I know what you mean. So, have you liked the newest update so far that they have when they had all those changes about like the guns and everything, and basically really lowering the time to kill of the whole game? Now the game is I would say a low time to kill game, competing with like something like Apex.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot of the nerfs that they did. One thing, the one guns they're definitely, I feel like they're gonna have to nerf soon are the LMGs, because none of them have been touched besides that MG82. Because I feel right now the Bruin MK9, that's gonna go ahead and be a meta gun again, like it was back in like season 3.
It's really strong. I've actually seen some people using it a good bit. The only thing with the other LMGs is, yeah, they're strong, but they're too slow. You know, the Bruin has that like one attachment for the mag that makes it a 60 round that literally makes it like an AR. You know, I mean, like
the RPD is not that slow of a LMG when you think of it, because it has pretty good mobility for an LMG at the time. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know if they're gonna nerf its mobility or not.
So you think the RPD has good mobility?
Yeah, because I've ran the RPD a couple times, as like not like a long range RPD. I did it as like a gun to melt vehicles with, because the big issue I had was the when the Berthas were going on solos, when the Berthas were spawning like 16, 17.
Oh, that was, yeah.
I would just run the RPD, pull it out, destroy the vehicle, and like
that's actually a good idea.
Half a mag.
Yeah, well, I mean, it completely shreds too with that vehicle damage barrel too.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just disgusting.
It's like that with any LMG, really. I mean, the Stoner 63 is probably better, but
I was about to say, I think the Stoner is a little bit better.
Yeah, but compared to it, looking at its mobility compared to RPD, I'd rather use the RPD because it has better mobility. But I mean, either one. I mean, any of the LMGs are pretty much like a good choice to go with. It doesn't matter which one it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how slow they are, and I feel like the reason you usually run your primary is for far mid range and long distance. And I feel like some of them just like the recoil might be a little too high at longer distances and stuff like that, making them like not as good, you know. Like the Bruin literally has like no recoil, so like at long range it's definitely super viable. But I don't know, I'll have to definitely try out some of the LMGs. So what about the hacker situation on Warzone?
Don't even
Have you
get me
been running
started.
into hella hackers, or what's up
Don't
with
even
it?
get don't even get me started on that. I was playing Ground War last night. I had a four stack of hackers on the other team, each of them dropping 100 kills each.
Gosh. So
And they were
that's
saying
just
they're live on Twitch. So
unbelievable.
I'm like, all right, bet you're live on Twitch. I look up their name. You can see the red squares on their screen. They're seeing people through walls. They're highlighting them. They're getting aimbot. Like you can see them. They're blatantly do it live on Twitch, and they're
They're
claiming that they're
literally
not.
live streaming their hacks, and there's nothing that's being happened. You know, there's no one.
Well, I
Or
got one of
no.
them banned last. I got one of
You
them banned on
did.
Twitch last night. I
How,
reported him for it. I
nice, nice.
clipped it in his chat, sent it to Twitch. He was banned in probably like 20 minutes.
That's actually crazy. I didn't know you could even do that, dude.
Yeah, because it
That's pretty
because
lit.
that's Twitch TOS specifically says if you're streaming, you're not to be streaming any sort of like if you're in an online game and you're cheating, you cannot be streaming that. But if you're in like a private lobby, they're not going to do anything because it's a private lobby. It's not you're not getting an advantage on an online game.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see. I didn't even know that. That's actually kind of cool. So what other games have you been playing other than Warzone and COD, really?
Destiny 2 is one of them I've been really starting to get back into. They
Have they done
the
any new updates recently? I haven't really seen anything about it.
is it they normally do a new update every 3 months when they start
Okay.
their new season because their seasons normally last about 3 to 4 months. Um, sometime in August, I want to say it was August 24th. They got the Witch Queen, which is their new DLC, is supposed to be releasing with season 15. And when that
Holy,
happens,
season 15. That game's been out for a
yeah,
minute now, huh?
it's been out since about, I think 2014 or something. Destiny has been in
Wow.
develop. The original Destiny was in develop in 2000. I think it was 2009. It was in development, and then it came out in 2011.
Okay.
So yeah, so these Destiny's been around for almost a decade already.
That's
It's
actually
been
kind of
around for a
crazy. It feels
while.
like it hasn't even been. It doesn't even feel like it's that old, you know? I heard Destiny has a lot of hackers too, though. I've heard
The
Destiny
P
has a
on
good amount of
PC,
hackers.
yeah, on PC it does. They have like a bare bones anti cheat on, and the reason I know that is because I'm trying to stream through OBS. I can't do a game capture on it because the anti cheat sees OBS's game capture as a third party application, so they automatically block it.
Wow. Okay, so you have to use the display capture then, right?
Yeah, display or the window capture. You got to use one of those two, which is fine with me because I rather use a display cap anyway, so I can display like because they have there's a third party website that is authorized by Bungie to go ahead and edit your inventory, and I can go ahead and pull that up on my screen, and I can click what loadout I want to use, and it'll go ahead and automatically equip it in game for me.
Okay, okay, cool. So yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. So I don't know if you've heard about it, or seen anything about it, but this new game, Splitgate. Do you know anything about it?
It's like I think of it as Halo with Halo and Portal go
Yeah.
ahead and have like a crossover. That's what it looks like.
Have you tried it at all yet, or no?
I haven't played it yet because I am trying to save money. I don't know if it's free
It's
to play
free.
or
It's
not.
free.
Oh, it
It
is.
is.
Okay,
It
I'll
is.
probably
Yeah.
give it. I have to give it a look then. But I remember seeing their E3 trailers and stuff for it, and it looks just like it's like Portal, but you're running around as Master Chief, just smacking people with your fists.
Yeah.
That's what I think of
It's.
it as.
I'm actually. I mean, I'm leaning away towards COD. Recently, only because of the recent like accusations with the lawsuit. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've
And
heard a little bit of it.
and just like I don't really want to support like Warzone much anymore. Like I'm still gonna play it probably. Like I'll probably play it today because the servers aren't up for Splitgate because it's still in the beta. And they're like
Yeah,
testing and learning a lot of things. They actually went from having 5,000 a 5,000 player base to having over 50,000 in like a week. So they have to stress test and like reset like everything because there's just so much. There was such an influx of players that their servers and like the game couldn't even handle it really. So, but they actually got a $10 million uh what do you call it, like a contract or something that so now they have some cash to be able to make the game. And I think, I don't know, they have an anti-cheat, bro. Like they have an anti-cheat. They added an FOV slider right away. The game's fun. Like it literally feels like old school Halo when you used to hop on with the boys. Like it literally
Like Halo
feels
3.
like, dude, like Halo 3, like Halo
3
Reach.
days.
Like, oh man, like it literally feels like that's what I feel like when I'm playing that game. It is just so fun. I'm so excited to see where it goes because it's so early right now, like being in the beta. I'm still gonna be playing Warzone, but Splitgate, I think it's gonna be my main game. Um, it's too fun and too good just to be able to pass up on the opportunity to. This is really the first new game or first game that's gonna destroy Warzone, in my opinion. I think Warzone's down in the gutters with like the hackers, the glitches,
I mean,
and all the other problems.
if you look at it this way, Activision's a multi-billion-dollar company, right? They make so much money in a year, they can literally wipe their asses with $1 million and not even feel it.
Yeah,
But they're too lazy to go ahead and. That's my opinion. They're just a lazy ass company. They don't want to put an anti-cheat in. Look, Norton VPN is free. You can go ahead and just get Norton.
I know,
VPN.
I know.
There you go. There's your anti-cheat. At least you're doing something right. But they don't even want to go ahead and get like even easy anti-cheat. They can implement easy anti-cheat. It's like a bottom of the line, bare bones.
Yeah, Apex has it, Fortnite has it. Yeah, it's at least something. And you don't even have to do anything. You just have to pay like the contract, and they do it for you and like add it into the game or whatever.
Yeah, I guarantee you the contract's not even half of what they make in a year.
Not even probably like 1%, if that. You know?
Not even a percent.
Like it's literally just unbelievable. And Splitgate has an anti-cheat. Dude, I've never seen another good big thing about this game that I'm really like liking is that they're really on top of like communication. You know, like Activision's like, hey, we're gonna nerf stopping power, and then in like 4 weeks they nerf stopping power. Like I had to wait a month for this nerf that you guys are finally gonna take it off the floor, Loot. Like they wait so long and they don't have a lot of communication with the community. Splitgate, every single update, every time the servers go down, every time something is happening in the game and they're developing something, they literally create patch notes and create posts on it on every platform. You know, they're in their Discord, on their Twitter. I've seen a lot of content on their TikTok. Like they're creating so much like communication with the community. Like literally, like I saw this video, they were responding to questions they had for the developers. They have 4 developers and they're spending time like to do these things. I think it's crazy that like they have one person responding consistently or like a few people responding consistently when, I mean, think about how many employees Activision has and they can't even be transparent about what they're doing in their company, you know, or what they're working on.
I mean, I've seen posts from like previous Activision employees literally going ahead and saying, well, this is like from like Bungie employees saying like, if you don't roll out this much content in this amount of time, you're at risk of getting fired, which is pretty stupid. You shouldn't be at risk of getting fired for trying to perfect a game and making people making your customers happy.
I agree. I mean, but they haven't done anything. You know, they haven't even like changed. They haven't changed the map since the game came out. They did Verdansk 2.0.
Yeah, they're like, here, we're gonna revise Verdansk. Well, what about that new map in the jungle that you promised? What map? We don't know what you're talking about. Even
yeah, like they didn't even talk about it. Like, think about the amount of things they've swept under the rug and acted like it never happened. Like it's just, I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah, I mean they released the Sykov, which that was cool that they released that because that was an unreleased gun at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But what about they haven't released the raw LMG yet, which that's supposed to be like Modern Warfare's version of the what was it of like the Dingo from Black Ops 4.
Oh really? I didn't even know that. That's kind of lit.
Yeah, so there was supposed to be a whole LMG that they were going to release, and it was supposed to become like a new meta gun. It was supposed to be a hard-hitting, fast fire rate weapon. And then they were supposed to release the CX-9 SMG, but they never released them. Only
That's
reason
crazy.
we knew.
Wait, is the Dingo? Is that the MG though? Are you sure it's not the same thing, or is it something different?
The Dingo was that LMG that had like that cylindrical barrel.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get. So it is different from the MG. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just like there's such a lackluster of content coming from Activision. I mean, I'm good at the game. It helps promote my stream and everything like that, and a lot of people play it. So right now, my stance on it is like I'm gonna play it to be playing the game, but I'm not going to be, I don't know, as invested in the game as I was before. It's just it doesn't seem like I just don't like supporting a game that doesn't do anything for their community. You know, it just doesn't make much sense. So do you see COD dying in the future? What do you think is gonna happen when like things like Halo and Battlefield and these new games start coming out? And like even New World is a really popular game going
Yeah,
popping
I've
off right now.
pre-ordered that. I'm waiting for that to come out. That game's going to be pretty fun,
I'm
especially
excited for
with
New World
its
too. I definitely want to try it out.
especially with how its PvP works. It works sort of like World of Warcraft's
Yeah, it's
PvP. You're part of
scaling.
their
It's scaling for the health and stuff like that, right? And damage.
Yeah, it's either like you be part of whatever faction you want to be on. Like with World of Warcraft, you're either part of the Horde or the Allegiance or Alliance or something like that. Which I that's what I like, because if you go into their territory, they can kill you. You can kill them. You can fight them. You can lead. I mean, I've seen so many streamers on World of Warcraft where they literally get 50, 60 people inside their guild, and they launch like a full on assault on a capital inside of an enemy territory. Which
Yeah,
that's what
that's pretty cool.
that's what it's sort of like in New World. I was watching Tim the Tatman play the other day. He gathered, I guess, maybe like 40 people, and he
I
launched an
think I
assault.
saw that.
Yeah, he launched an assault on a fort, but because there being so many people fighting in the area, it started teleporting people out because they want to limit how many people are in the area at a time.
Yeah, well,
Which
it's
is
in beta right now, so I'm sure they don't want server crashes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I mean, with him just having that many people inside of like one safe zone, you can see the performance of the game tanking. So that's probably telling me you're gonna have to have like a pretty decent CPU for the game for it to load
Yeah.
all the players and all the stuff that's gonna be going on.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of animation and stuff that goes into all the abilities and moves and stuff like that. So, I mean, does
yeah,
World of Warcraft take up a lot of like processing power on your computer? I've never really
no,
played it, so I don't know much about it.
not really, because World of Warcraft was made when I was like shit. I mean, I was like maybe 4 or 5 years old when that game came out. That was back in like 2004, 2005. So that game's been around for almost 20 years at this point.
But they've updated and made like new releases for the game, I'm pretty sure. So it's like
Yeah,
they have multiple versions.
yeah, they have the original World of Warcraft, which they're in Shadowlands right now. I think that's the most recent DLC they got. And then they have World of Warcraft Classic. So they went backwards on that one. So if you wanted to play like the old, like how World
Yeah,
of Warcraft was
like
back in
what
the day,
RuneScape did
that's
with
how
old
it
school
is.
RuneScape.
Yeah, so it's just classic World of Warcraft. You got the your classes and everything like you would, but the graphics still look like they're a little bit updated compared to what they
How it
were.
was. Okay.
Yeah, and they fixed a lot of the major bug issues that were with the game at the time. So it's just classic World of Warcraft, but with graphic issues and stuff all fixed.
That's lit. That's lit. Cool, cool, cool. So I mean, that's kind of it. I don't really have much more to talk about. Do you have any questions, or what have your vibes been about Warzone and stuff like that?
With Warzone, I'm just kind of getting bored of it. I'm waiting for Battlefield 2042 to come out, because I
Are you a big
remember
Battlefield guy? What's up,
oh
Shadow? How
yeah,
we doing? Kygo,
yeah, I played Battlefield since I was
Xander. Sorry.
I want to say I played Battlefield since probably Battlefield 1942 came out.
Okay,
Like that was a while ago when that came out. I remember playing like Bad Company 2.
that was on like Xbox 360, right?
Yeah, I played.
Yeah,
I have.
that was the
I
one of the
think I still
OG
got the
Battlefields.
disc. I think I still got the disc for Battlefield 4 on the 360. So one of my best moments in that game was when we're playing hardcore conquests on Siege of Shanghai. My friend I went to school with, I basically grew up with, me and him were sitting on a building and we're just sniping people left and right. And I look at him like, how mad would you be if I sniped you right now? He was like, "Don't you do it? I'll be pissed." So I shoot him anyways, just to piss him off. I hear him yell. He runs over to his door and he takes a door off the hinge and slams it on the ground. And then
Okay.
next day at school, I look at him, I'm like, "So, how about that door hinge?" And he went ahead and said, "Don't talk to me."
All right, man. Well, it was great to have you on the podcast. Thanks for coming and hanging out today, man. I hope, I mean, if you're down to get some Warzone games, then we can definitely get some games in soon if you'd be interested in that. Just let me know on Discord and we'll get to talking a little bit. But it was nice to meet you and thanks for being on, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for inviting me. Give me something to do other than sit here and watch YouTube all day.
You're
My day
100%
off from
chilling.
work.
Go ahead, drop your socials, like the main socials you're using right now, just one or two of them, so people know if they want to find you.
All right. Well, I'm KMGX Stunna on Twitch, and on my Instagram, it's the same thing. Literally, all my socials are the same. So if you whatever social platform you're on, just search up KMGX Stunna, and you'll most likely find me on them.
Okay, cool. Again, it was nice meeting you. Hope you have a good day, and I hope to be in touch.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thanks for inviting me. It was awesome to be here.
Of course. Cool.